The walls are close, the corners are tricky, and the temperatures are high. Welcome to the Singapore Grand Prix, the home of Formula One's night racing.
This track is just shy of 5 kilometres long. It's got 3 sectors, 19 corners and 62 laps for the drivers to tackle over the course of the race. It's super tight and twisty, it's really narrow, so they've now put a 4th DRS zone to help the drivers overtake, but it's definitely going to be an exciting one.
It's lights out and away we go here in Singapore as we're watching Norris and Verstappen heading down into the first corner. Look out for Lewis Hamilton behind. Norris has managed to stay in front, but there's a few cars coming off there. It's really important for Norris to keep the lead. He's done that so far. Few cars coming astray there though.
A couple of cars coming off the track, exactly. We see in the top corner of our screen the helicam. Beautiful shot of these cars snaking through this track. Lando Norris, good start for him though, Kai. What he needed, really.
Yeah, textbook start there from Norris. You couldn't ask any more there from the McLaren driver. A couple of drivers in the mid-pack having a battle, having a go defensive, but down the inside, there goes Piastri. He'll easily pick up the place on Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg going to have to go straight on the defence there from Fernando Alonso, the oldest winner here in the Formula One paddock, as drivers are squabbling positions through the mid-pack. That looks like it was going to be Sainz and Perez both going at it in the background, as Piastri is not going to have his work done so easily. We're on board with Sainz here, looking in front, as having that battle, just trying to keep it on the circuit, is Tsunoda and Perez as they went side by side. A great view there from Sainz, just keeping himself out of trouble. You want to survive this first lap. You can just see the brilliant launch which Norris got, and in the mid-pack, Yuki Tsunoda didn't get the start he would have been hoping for. He lags back and loses a couple of positions, nearly going 4 wide in the mid-pack, getting spat off as well. You can see that was Charles Leclerc and Fernando Alonso having some troubles as they went over the second corner. We're going to go on board here, just starting in front of Nico Hulkenberg. This is on board with George Russell as he's looking backwards into this pack. He manages to cut across the front of Oscar Piastri there, but Piastri, he's going to fight it all the way around the outside. Just look how dirty the track is as dust is getting kicked up left and right. Surely that's got to hinder the driver's view as they go down into the first couple of corners. Russell just about holding on to that one though, but a little bit tentative into the first few corners maybe. Might be complaining a little bit.
He's Nico just dive bomb. What's he doing?
We've got a fastest lap time set by Verstappen, so we'll have to see if he's going to get closer to Norris and take the lead of the race. Maybe it'll be the end of his losing streak.
Exactly, good point, Scarlett. Max Verstappen not won a race since Spain. It's not vital for Max Verstappen that he needs to win this, but for Norris, it kind of is. He really does feel like he needs to win this.
Lando, how's the pace?
Yeah, pace 6 or something.
Okay, in which case we'd like to use a bit of that pace to try and get a 5-second gap to Max, if possible, by the mid-teens.
Interesting. So Lando Norris's engineer there, Will Joseph, just giving us a little bit of an insight as to what's going on, the kind of conversations that are going on. They want a 5-second gap to Max Verstappen. Alex Albon looking a little bit slow there on the track.
It's very difficult to find Colapinto.
Franco Colapinto, he wasn't in that car the last time we had an F1 Kids broadcast, so great to see a new face on our grid and doing amazingly well so far. We currently see on our screens a little speed battle, Charles Leclerc versus Fernando Alonso.
Leclerc just currently sitting in behind Alonso. You've got to take into account that Alonso does have DRS on Nico Hulkenberg in front of him as well, so it's not going to be so easy for Charles Leclerc to get this overtake done.
Carlos Sainz over the track, Braden. He's looking pretty happy. Look at his car.
Yeah, I know, just a bit. It's a great graphic, that, isn't it? You can see him, his hands on his hips. Not a bad view either. And just as we mentioned his name, he gets the move done. Moves past Stroll.
Carlos Sainz, yeah, making his way through the field, gave us a little wave. We love to see our little avatars. As we see Lando Norris, our leader, now coming into the pits. He needs a good stop, doesn't he, Scarlett?
Yeah, he definitely does. I mean, you've got both of the McLarens at the front. He's going to want to get back out there, stay in front of everyone. So let's see. That seemed quite speedy. And he's on the white compound tyres, so they're the hard tyres. So he's going to probably want to stick them out to the end of the race.
Ooh. And there we go, Max Verstappen making the move down the inside of Charles Leclerc. He goes up into third place. That's exactly what Max Verstappen would have wanted. As we see both McLarens now, we saw Lando Norris exiting the pits. Oh no, Lando Norris. That was where he maybe picked up a little bit of damage on his front wing. I mean, a very good job, Kai, to not end up fully in the barrier there.
Very nearly went straight on into the wall. And if you look at the side, there's a little bit of a scuff on the side of the wing, but nothing major there for Lando Norris. Nothing he needs to really worry about.
Look at this. I mean, in the corner,
Wow.
Exactly, in the corner of our screen, we can see a temperature graphic. It's about 9 o'clock local time in Singapore, but still 30 degrees. That's insane.
Yeah, 30 degrees air temperature, but it'll be even hotter than that for the drivers in their cockpit. Teammates battling. We've seen it a few times, a little bit of a feud sometimes between the Alpine drivers. Ocon gets the overtake, no worries at all that time. Gasly also losing out on another position to what looked like Kevin Magnussen. We haven't had a safety car yet, so fingers crossed nothing happens. But around the outside, Oscar Piastri, where has that came from? As he blasts around the outside of Lewis Hamilton, he's got the fresh tyres in his favour, and he's got the overspeed around the outside. Lewis Hamilton just left helpless on the apex.
Very much all going on in this race. Look at the sparks of this, though, as Oscar Piastri goes to make the move, Kai.
Yeah, it seems to be the exact same overtake which he managed to get on Lewis Hamilton. So if one Mercedes wasn't enough, he'll do the double as well around the outside of both of the Mercedes drivers. We're currently on board with one of the V-carbs, that's Daniel Ricciardo, and that was one of a dive bomb. Never mind, there's two, as it looked like the Alpine and the Haas managed to get through. That was Ocon and Magnussen, both managing to get the move under braking there. Norris just clipping the rear wheel off the wall.
Looks like he's all around here, mate.
We've got a dancing Lando Norris. I mean, I think he'll be dancing tonight if the race finishes like this.
Oh, he's got the moves, Annie. He's got the moves there. We might be seeing that afterwards, after the race is finished.
And look in the top corner, we've got Kylie Minogue, who's going to be waving the checkered flag today in Singapore. She looks a bit nervous to wave the flag, doesn't she, Scarlett?
I'd be nervous. It's quite a heavy flag. Look at it. I'd be nervous. She looks excited and nervous.
Lando Norris, I mean, it was a starstruck victory for him from lights to flag. He cuts the championship lead with Max Verstappen finishing in second. He cuts it from 59 points down to 51. The driver, which only got his first win at the beginning of this season, Lando Norris, we've said it twice before and we'll say it once again. Third time is the charm for the McLaren driver, and his McLaren teammate, Oscar Piastri, will round the final couple of corners to get himself P3 at the end of the race. Oscar Piastri, it's an amazing weekend for the McLaren team. Lando Norris, he put it on pole. He takes home the victory.
Lando Norris takes the win here in Singapore. Scarlett, what a result for the McLaren team.
I mean, they've got both of their drivers on the podium. And look, I told you, Zach Brown, so happy. Incredible result. I don't know how Max Verstappen will be feeling. I think he wanted to end the bad curse. But what an amazing result for both of the McLaren drivers.
Well, the celebrations start already. The champagne is being sprayed with the drivers on the podium. A great day for the McLaren drivers.
But it's a well-deserved celebration for all of them on such a demanding track. Looks like a lot of fun.
It does look like a lot of fun, but also worth noting that I'd be wanting a cold shower after this race. Definitely not a warm shower. A cold shower, nice glass of ice water, and continue the celebrations into the night, I'm sure.
Our winner today, Lando Norris, of course, followed by Max Verstappen and his teammate, Oscar Piastri.
Yeah, a great day for the McLarens, both of them at the top. And then we have George Russell finishing in fourth, Charles Leclerc in fifth, and the other Mercedes driver, Lewis Hamilton, in sixth. Great result there.
Carlos Sainz with a great recovery. He started 10th. He'll gain 3 positions to finish in 7th. And still in the points, Fernando Alonso will be 8th and Nico Hülkenberg will round out in 9th.
10th finds Sergio Perez, which is the ending of the points. Franco Colapinto, who's a new boy on the block, does well again in 11th, and Yuki Tsunoda in 12th.
Amazing result from Franco there. And then in 13th, we have Esteban Ocon, the first of the Alpine drivers, followed by Lance Stroll, who did a pretty good job in 14th, and Zhou Guanyu in 15th, who moved up from 20th.
Yeah, 5 positions gained. That's amazing. Valtteri Bottas, he's going to gain 3 to get himself into 16th. 17th for Pierre Gasly, 18th for Daniel Ricciardo, but he also takes home the fastest lap to his name.
The final 2, Kevin Magnussen and Alexander Albon, both retired from today, and they take up the back of the results.
It was Lando Norris who has taken the win here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit today. And I am sure that there will be big celebrations tonight and well into the night.